32 cents to send a piece of paper from here to there. Ben told me this would happen, but I didn't believe it.
Ben?
My good old friend, Ben Franklin. I helped him start the post office a couple centuries ago.
Your old friend? You told me he was a nosy motormouth.
Well, most of my best friends are motor mouths, if you get my meaning. Now, where was I?
Post office, the old days.
Well, back then, communication wasn't so easy. People would wait weeks, months to hear from their loved ones. So they would take time to write from the heart. But now it's mostly bills and sweepstakes and that free detergent in those little bitty boxes. Nobody's communicating anymore. They're just wasting trees.
I wish I got some mail.
As of now, you do.
Look, Tess. I may be a winner already.
Yes, you are, baby, and neither rain nor sleet nor snow will keep you from your appointed assignment.
Excuse me.
We're closed. Don't blame me. I got here on time.
Max. I'm so sorry. Would you please come back tomorrow morning? We'll be open at 8:30 sharp.
Max has been with the post office almost 30 years.
Is he always like that?
Oh, no, sometimes he has a bad day. But that's what happens when you try to keep life out instead of letting it in.
He must be very lonely.
He is. It's the price you pay when you're trying to keep yourself safe from pain.
It's too high of a price.
And Max has been paying it a long time.
He dropped a letter.
It's not really addressed to him, is it?
He reads God's mail.
And he answers it, too. When you walk down the road, heavy burden, heavy load, I will rise and I will walk with you. I'll walk with you till the sun don't even shine. Walk with you every time I tell you I'll walk with you. Walk with you. Believe me, I'll walk with you.
Hello.
Don't waste your breath. Every branch has its cross to bear, and Max is ours.
He seems like a very private person.
Private. Try paranoid. I'm your supervisor, Ms. Raphael. Not Miss, not Mrs. Ms. Your name is?
Monica.
They sent you down from Central.
You could say that, yes.
Let's bring you up to speed on parcels and bundles. Then we'll check you out on stacking and sorting, my personal favorite. That's where the action is. This is the lunchroom. 30 minutes. Punch in, punch out. There's a greasy spoon down the street, but they're slow. If you're late, you're docked. And wash the mayo and ketchup or what have you off your hands. We deliver a clean litter in this station.
Pardon me, Max. I'm Monica. These letters are ready for sorting. If you don't mind my asking...
I do.
Well, you don't know what I'm going to ask yet.
Don't know, don't care.
I'm new here.
That's not a question.
I was wondering, what does a mail sorter do specifically? Or generally?
I sort the handwritten letters by zip code, specifically. Decipher bad handwriting occasionally, and handle the dead letter file generally.
Dead letters? How does a letter die?
Can you read this chicken scratch?
Brum.
Can't read where it's going. No return address. Nowhere to go. That adds up to dead. Into the Dear Santa, Dear Easter Bunny, Dear Elvis box.
Oh, by the way,
Stamp machine stuck again, Max.
Don't mess anything up. I have a system here.
dear God, how do you make the stars twinkle like that? My brother says you use 1 million light bulbs, but my sister says they're diamonds. Write back and tell me the truth. Love, Ben. Dear Ben.
What are you doing?
Oh, don't worry. I won't tell anyone. Do you answer all the children's letters?
It's kind of a hobby.
Dear Ben, I'm glad you like looking at the stars, but it isn't God who makes them twinkle. It's air pollution.
Right.
If there really were a God, we wouldn't have any pollution.
It's true.
But you can't write that to a child.
Someone has to.
Why?
Kids should hear what they need to survive in this world. There's no God who's going to snap his finger and make things better. The only thing to believe in is themselves. The sooner they learn that, the better.
But what you're saying isn't true.
Really? What makes... Where'd you get that?
Oh, you dropped it?
Well? Don't you have work to do?
It would help if he thought you were on his side.
The tattoo on his arm. Was he in a concentration camp?
Auschwitz. He was 6.
I volunteered to go there, but I never got assigned. I wish I had.
No, you don't.
Here we go. 6 flowers, 12 lighthouses, and 50 unforgettable scenes from the Civil War. Although President Grant, he wasn't quite that tall. Thank you.
Look who's just arrived by special delivery. But death never goes too far from a man like Max.
Looks like you could use some help.
I can't reach.
Do you want me to mail it for you?
Somebody usually helps.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that would be me today then, huh? Okay. Ready? Here we go.
Thank you.
No problem. To God, heaven, from Tanya. Sweet little girl.
I don't understand. Max answers all the other letters to God. But why doesn't he answer the ones from Tanya? Look at them. All from Tanya, all unopened.
He's not supposed to open these, but it looks like he did. One or two anyway.
Would it be wrong if we read them?
Oh, it's a federal offense to tamper with other people's mail.
But they don't even belong to Max. I mean, they're addressed to God, and, well, we're like God's secretaries.
Personal assistants.
Don't tell me what you are. I know what you are. You're just plain curious. And me too. Secretaries, huh?
Assistants.
Maybe we could ask permission.
We?
You.
It's okay by him.
Okay. Now, this was the first letter that Max opened. Dear God, my name is Tanya. I'm 7 years old. Almost. My birthday is next week, and Daddy says I get to blow out the candles. I know you're not supposed to tell your wish, but can I tell you, or do you already know? Love, Tanya.
Right. Dear God, I don't understand your letter real well. Of course, if you aren't real, then how come you wrote to me? It sounds like you were in a bad mood. Sandy has lots of bad moods. That's when she hits.
Dear God, today is my birthday. How long does it take for the wish to come true? Daddy says he's feeling better, but I know he's not. And Sandy keeps hurting me.
Dear God, Daddy says the angels are coming to take him to heaven soon. Please let me go with him. I would rather be in heaven with Daddy than here with Sandy. My writing is bad because she hurted my hand. Please write me soon.
Dear God, I am crying. If you don't have time to write me, that's okay. I'll see you soon. Love, Tanya. Is that why you're here? Is that why Tanya could see you? Because she's going to die?
I don't know that. I don't know that. I do know it's going to be complicated.
Complicated? What could be more simple? There's someone out there hurting a child, and I can save her.
Hold on a minute. You don't have the power to save anything on this earth. And the one who does wants you to stay with Max.
Max? But Max won't help her.
You don't know that.
Sure I do. Humans get a chance every day to help someone, but they won't because they're afraid. Well, I'm not afraid.
That's right. If you help Tanya, you risk nothing. But if Max tries to save her, he'll risk everything. And that's what will save him.
If he helps.
Maybe he won't even try, but maybe he will try and succeed. Maybe he'll try and fail.
It's his choice. And whatever choice he makes, you've got to be there for him.
But Tess, who will be there for Tanya?
Who do you think?
I'll have a bologna sandwich on white. And do you have any dried prunes?
Just ran out.
I can imagine.
Yeah. You?
Do you make your lattes with 2%?
A what?
You know, I'll have a non-fat steamer with hazelnut. Cappuccino?
Let's just narrow this down. We're talking food or beverage?
Give the lady a cup of coffee and some boiled milk.
Foreigners.
Nobody's ever asked me to have lunch, ever.
Well, I wanted to talk to you about something in private.
Well, I'm telling you up front, I'm not signing any petitions. I don't go to office parties, and I don't trade shifts.
But you do answer God's mail.
So?
So? Why didn't you answer these?
You shouldn't have opened them.
Well, somebody had to. It was obvious you didn't want to read them because you know what's inside. A little girl is in trouble and she's counting on you.
To do what? Dress up in a God suit and hop over to her house to hide candy eggs in her backyard? And hang a stocking full of salvation on her mantle? She's waiting for a fairy tale to come true.
She's waiting for someone to save her life.
I don't want to get involved.
You already are involved. You answered the first letter.
All I told her is what I tell everyone, that there is no God. If she can't handle that...
Well, she didn't believe you because she's got the true faith of an innocent child.
Innocence kills. The sooner Tanya grows up, the less disappointed she'll be.
Max, she may not get a chance to grow up. Her faith is the only thing that's still keeping her alive, but it's dying, and she will too unless you do something.
I don't have to listen to this. If you want to get yourself into a mess, you help.
But she needs you. Look, I'm not going to let you leave here until you hear me out.
Is there another way out of here?
Right there. Whoa! That's $6.50 whether you eat the stuff or not.
Max, I brought you here for a reason.
And I'm leaving for a reason, too.
Little girls who lie end up in big trouble, Tanya, so stop lying. And what did you do with the money, Tanya?
I didn't take it, Sandy. Honest.
I had a $20 bill in my pocket and... You're trying to mess with my head, ain't you?
No, I just want to get some food for Daddy. He's hungry.
I'm sick and tired of taking care of him. And you. I need a drink.
Hi.
Hi.
I know you. I've seen you at the post office.
That's right.
If I give you a letter, will you mail it for me?
Of course I will.
It's right back there. Come on, it's okay. That's Daddy. I thought I had one more stamp. I know I put it here somewhere. Daddy says the angels are going to take him soon. So I drew him a picture of heaven. Where's my stamp? I know it's here.
Hi. What are you doing here?
Max and I were having lunch next door.
Coincidentally.
I got him to the door, but he walked in all by himself.
Well, let's see if he walks out.
Poor man. Will it be soon?
Very nice. Lots of stars.
This is going to be my last letter to God.
Why?
He doesn't write me back. And all my stamps are gone.
You must spend a lot on stamps.
If you don't get milk at lunch, you can save a dime. So I drink water.
No, wait, I'm sure I have a stamp. Yep, here it is.
Thank you.
Tanya?
Come and meet my daddy.
Baby,
I'm here, Daddy.
who do you got with you?
This is Max. He's gonna help me mail my letter.
I work at the post office.
Could you get me a glass of water, baby?
Okay.
Hey, man, come closer. Please. Please help my daughter. I'm dying. I don't want her to be here when I die.
I can't.
He's got a temper. Take her before she comes back. There won't be nobody to protect her when I'm gone.
Here's the water, Daddy.
I can't.
Please.
I can't.
Please.
I'm sorry.
Hey, my letter! Daddy?
It's okay, baby.
Max.
You blew it, Miss Wings.
Blew it. Oh, Tess, I had to try.
Not that way. That man had a free will of his own, and you took it away from him. He was not ready to go into that apartment. So why are you surprised that things worked out the way they did?
I was just trying to help.
But you didn't. You're worse off now than you were before. And Max is going to be harder to get to than ever. And that poor little girl is in more danger than ever.
I'm sorry.
Well, you should be. You know better. You've got to remember there are no shortcuts. You got to go straight for Max's heart.
What heart?
What's the matter with you? Have you been licking too many stamps? Judging a man is easy. Compassion is hard. You remember that.
Yes, ma'am.
You've been hanging around with Max too much. You're talking to yourself. Stop it.
Yes, ma'am. Ms. Yes, Ms. Do you know where Max is?
Out sick. First time I can remember him ever calling in sick. Wish he'd mentioned it sooner so I could have looked forward to it.
Sick?
Oh, look at this. Another kid disappeared. Father died in some flop house. They think the addict girlfriend took off with her. Kid was getting beat up all the time. Nobody ever says a thing until it's too late. Kid's probably dead by now.
No.
Maybe it's a blessing. What kind of future did she have anyway?
Max? Max? Are you in here?
Yeah.
Do you mind if I turn on a light?
No.
Ms. Raphael said this was the first day that you'd missed work in 30 years.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't make it out the front door.
It wasn't your fault, Max.
It was my fault. I should have helped her, but I didn't. I wanted to, but...
But you were afraid. Tanya was afraid too, but she never lost hope.
They take it away from you sooner or later. Better to give it up and make a clean break of it.
When did you lose your hope?
It died with my family.
In the war.
In the gas chambers.
And your belief in God went with it?
There's no God. I used to think so. I tried to write him a letter once. I wanted him to keep my family safe. To inscribe us in the book of life. All I had to write on were the soles of the shoes my father made for me just before.
He was a shoemaker.
He put them on my feet, and he said, "Never forget, wherever these shoes take you, you are walking with God."
He was right, your father.
My father believed God would save us, right up to the day he died. Saw my father again. I tried to finish my letter to God, but I couldn't. He'd left me, like everybody else. I lost the shoes. I lost my family. And ever since, I've walked alone. There's no God.
Oh, Max, I know that there is a God. And there's a reason that you and Tanya were brought together. You couldn't save your family, but you can save Tanya.
It's too late.
We don't know that. But it will be too late if you do nothing. Too late for her. And too late for you, Max.
Yeah, what can I do you for?
I'm looking for a girl.
Coffee I got. Girls you gotta look for.
No, this girl.
Yeah, I saw this. Shame.
You know her?
Who's asking?
I'm a friend.
Looks like she could have used one. Cops were asking about her, too. She's just gone. It's too bad about her old man, because he was a nice guy. But this wacko girlfriend of his, she comes in here stoned, dealing right here at my counter. I don't need this.
Why didn't you call the police or social services? Why didn't you help the poor kid?
What about you? You did say you were her friend.
Have you noticed how even people who don't believe in God call out his name in their loneliest hour?
What are you doing here?
You can't ask for his help unless somewhere deep inside you truly believe in him and in the message he's asked me to deliver.
Who are you?
I'm someone you want to believe, Max, but you're afraid to. Afraid of God, afraid of an angel.
No, no angels, no God, no hope. I don't know what's going on. If I'm losing my mind. But if you really exist, please let me find her.
Max?
Tanya, are you okay?
Sandy took me to this guy's house, but then I smoked something and fell asleep. And I came back to see my daddy, but he was gone.
Oh, it's okay. Okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Coffee? And a hamburger?
And French fries.
And French fries. Would you like something to drink? Hot chocolate?
Okay.
Tanya Brenner,
Yeah?
put your hands on your head. Now!
Why?
You're under arrest.
But he's my friend.
You have the right to remain
No.
silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. You cannot afford.
I don't understand. He got involved. He did the right thing.
I know. But God has a plan. And just because you don't understand it and Max doesn't understand it does not mean that God doesn't understand it.
But they're taking him to jail. He's so afraid to be locked up.
He already is. Without faith, a man's mind is a lonely cell, baby.
Oh, Tess, what can I do?
You just be ready to lend a helping hand and let me take care of the rest of it.
Please, you have to help me get out of here.
to stay here anymore. Please, I have nowhere else to go. If they find you, they'll kill us all. I'll give you just a little while longer. No, I'll give you my shoes. Max,
What do you want?
I thought maybe there was something I could do to help.
No, you've done enough.
I'm sorry about the way things turned out.
Well, it's all part of God's plan, right?
No, it's not.
Why is he sending me an angel?
Because you need one.
Isn't it enough that you made me believe in God?
Lots of people believe, but trusting him, that's the next step.
Trust? Are you kidding? Do you know how much it hurts to know that God exists and that he hates me?
God doesn't hate you.
Then why didn't he let me die with the rest of my family? Why am I still here?
I don't know. You're here because they didn't find you. And you're still alive because you have a purpose.
What about my mother and father? Are you saying that their lives had no purpose?
No, God gives everyone a purpose. But humans still have the choice to hate and kill, to destroy their lives and yours.
Guard! Guard! Get her out of here. Get her out of here. I want her to go. I'm not interested in a message from God. I got it already. 6 million men, women, and children are gone. Where was he? What was he doing?
He was weeping for his children.
Don't say that to me! He abandoned us!
No, that so many died is unimaginable. But that anyone lived, Max, without God, no one would have survived.
You don't know, you weren't there, were you? Were you?
No.
I was.
I've seen you before.
I'm Andrew.
Now I remember. You were death.
I didn't bring it, Max. I just helped him through it. It was a privilege to witness such courage. I saw you in a room like this before. It was the last time you saw your father.
Oh, God.
He was a remarkable man, Max. Do you want to know how he died? Let me tell you. He died on his feet, Max. On his feet, he was praising God. He was thanking God for his life and his family and asking God for one more blessing, that he would walk with his son, Max, for the rest of his days, no matter how many there were left. And that journey has brought you back here, to a room like this, back to the last place you saw your father. You know, that's where Tanya knew to go when she was lost. Back to the last place she saw her father. Never, never forget, Max. When God is no longer real to you, or you feel as if you've lost your faith, just go back. Just go back, and He will be there waiting for you.
God loves you, Max, and He always has. And He doesn't want you to forget. You can't forget, you mustn't forget. But for all the horror and terror that you knew in this place, you also knew faith and love here. And if you don't come back and get it, they will have won.
Oh, come on. When those officers come in for their snack, give them a little truth with their coffee.
I don't want to give him indigestion.
Just tell them what you told me, that girl was upstairs the whole time, and Max was just trying to rescue her.
I don't know.
Oh, you're gonna love getting involved. Trust me.
Last guy told me that was recruiting volunteers for Nixon. Hey, guys. Listen, I kind of remember something about that little girl.
Oh?
Yeah, well, the guy you picked up, well, the truth is, he wasn't doing what you think he was doing.
Tanya!
They said you were back here and I could come say hi.
I'm so glad you did.
I wanted to mail this on my way from school, but I didn't have a stamp.
Stamps we've got. What's that?
Another letter to God. I have to ask him for one more thing.
What?
My foster place is nice and all. Mrs. Dunlop bakes me cupcakes and stuff. But it's not like a real family.
I'll tell you what. I'll help you mail your letter, and you can help me mail mine.
Can we use an angel stamp?
One angel coming up.
Is yours a letter to God, too?
No, Tanya, it's an application for me to try to be your foster father. It's a long process, and I won't do it if you don't want me to. But if it all goes through, we can be a family, you and me. If it's okay. I guess it's okay. Up you go.
Up we go.
That's right, up we go. Oh. No, come in. Come in. How can I help you? Oh, special delivery. I'll be right back.
Thank you.
Makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah, makes me think this man's in the wrong line of work.
This looks like an interesting one. It's as if there's another painting underneath.
Pentimento.
The wee red thing in an olive.
No, that's a pimento.
I love olives.
Please stay with me here. Pentimento is when one painting is painted over another. It's like the artist started painting a sunny day, and something changed, and she painted right over the top of it.
Well, why wouldn't she just start a new canvas?
Because she thought she could hide it. People do that all the time, baby, whether they're artists or not. They find something in their lives they don't like. They paint right over it so no one else can see it.
But it doesn't go away.
No, it doesn't. Your job is to help them expose their true colors to the light.
Look, Tess, over here. Now that's the kind of art I'm good at.
I know you're gonna have to work on that.
Neil, it's getting late.
Honey, hurry up. Your mom wants to say goodbye.
Oh, I'm not saying goodbye here. I'm going with you.
To the base?
Yes, of course.
Well, Marion, it's usually the wives who take the husbands out, not the mothers.
I'm not like most mothers. You're not going to take pictures, are you? Neil doesn't like his picture taken. We're taking my car.
So, which one of them is my assignment?
Both of them. Mother and daughter-in-law.
Two? But how can I keep track of two assignments at once?
Don't worry. You can always find them at each other's throats.
So, this is about two women that don't get along?
Things are never that simple, and you know it, Miss Wings.
Then, are there lives at stake here?
More lives and souls than you know. When you walk down the road, heavy burden, heavy load, I will rise and I will walk with you. I'll walk with you till the sun don't even shine. Walk with you every time. I tell you, I'll walk with you. Believe me, I'll walk with you.
I guess this is it.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm gonna miss you.
I'm packing you a sweater.
Thanks, Mom.
I already put one in there.
Oh, one more won't hurt.
There is a weight limit, Marion.
But then he'll want to take his favorite.
I'm gonna need a minute in private.
All right. We'll be in the kitchen.
No, Mom, I mean, I want to be alone with April.
Oh, of course.
Are you okay, Mom?
Fine, it's nothing.
I have a plan. I'm gonna have a baby on a nuclear submarine, and you're gonna live with your mom for the next 6 months.
Well, at least you're sounding positive.
I am.
You're not saying if we have the baby this time.
I gotta be positive. I just wish I didn't have to go through it all with your mother.
Baby, we've been through this. You can't take any chances this time. You can't be alone, and I can't be there for you. Look, just hang in there, all right? And when I get back, we'll get a nice transfer to someplace in paradise. Palm trees and an officer's bungalow.
And a hut for the mother-in-law.
You just watch out for the peanut, okay?
Jennifer. Honey, you gotta call her by her name even before she's born.
Jennifer. Hey, Jenny. You remember to tell your mommy how much I love her.
Duty calls, you're gonna be late.
Marion, could you just...
What?
Okay. Wait a second, all right? You two are gonna be spending 6 months together. I love you. And I love you too. And I would like very much for the women in this family to be in one piece when I get back. All right, let's go. I'm driving.
What about the sweater?
We'll pack it in the car.
Okay, I have a theory.
Oh, this should be good.
The two women are obviously jealous because they both love the same man. In different ways, of course. And as soon as they see that they have love in common, poof.
Poof.
Case closed.
Oh, I see. So their problem is love, huh?
Yes. Well, no, not exactly.
That's a dandy theory. It's too bad it's all wrong. There's more to this than meets the eye, Angel Girl.
Pentimento.
Pentimento.
I don't know if I can do this, Tess.
Oh, that's not true. I've seen you paint. You're good.
Oh, that was a room. This is a face.
Well, think of a face as a nice flat wall.
I wish I knew more about this case.
Well, you'll know what you need when you need it. I'll be back to check on you. 3 things to remember. I love you. Number 2, you're not here for the art, you're here for the people. Number 3, take off this hat.
Mrs. Campbell?
Yes?
My name is Monica, and...
I'm sorry, but whatever it is you're selling, I'm not interested.
Oh, no, I'm not selling anything. I have a gift for you.
A gift?
Yes, I'm here to paint your portrait as a gift.
From whom? I don't know anything about this.
It's from Neil. I know it is. My husband.
My son.
I guess he wanted us to do something together to take our minds off being together.
Well, let's see. It says here the subject is Mrs. Campbell.
Just me.
What do you mean, just you?
April, would Neil want a portrait taken of you the way you look now?
Excuse me?
I have an idea. Sure, why don't we paint both of you at the same time, side by side? Well, not at the same time then. Maybe Mrs. Campbell on the left first, and then later Mrs. Campbell on the right. It's very nice.
Mail's here. Junk. Bills. Hampshire Hall. Junk.
Please don't go through my mail.
Fine. Can you just tell me if there's anything here for me?
Of course. Just put it over there.
Do you think maybe you could lift your chin up a wee bit? And smile.
I'm tired.
You, have been looking a little worn out lately.
Well, company does that to you. You're not doing anything abstract, are you?
Oh, no. It's more impressionist. Do you think you could hold your hands in your lap, you know, more naturally? Oh. I need an eraser.
You know, I can help you find one.
April, I'm happy to share my house with you, but this desk is off limits. Do you understand?
Well, yeah, I was just looking for an eraser.
Do you understand?
Yes. I understand.
Monica, it's 2:30 and I need to go out.
Oh, but I haven't, you know, I'm nearly finished sketching.
I'm sorry, but I have a standing appointment every Wednesday at 3 o'clock.
What kind of appointment?
A standing appointment.
Perhaps tomorrow then.
Yes, I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye, Monica.
Bye.
She's a very powerful woman.
Yeah, well, I don't think that canvas is big enough for the both of us. Monica, do you have to leave right away?
No.
You see, we've had 3 miscarriages, but this time we're further along than ever before. I don't know, I just feel different about this one. There. It's gonna take days before I finish this. Do you think this is too cute? It is too cute, isn't it?
No, not for a baby.
Oh, I can't believe I'm already tired.
Why don't you sit down and have a wee rest, and I'll press on.
Oh, no, that's all right.
Go on, really, please.
Thanks. It's great having a real artist around the house. Oh, here.
April? I thought I heard. What have you done?
Marion, we thought we'd get started. Monica. It's perfect. How did you do that?
How dare you? This is my house. How it's decorated is no one else's decision but mine.
Excuse me.
I'm terribly sorry.
Please confine your artistic efforts to the portrait from now on, Monica.
Yes, of course.
We told you this day would come. What else did you expect, Mary and Jean?
Okay. Hello?
Hey, babe.
Honey.
Neil.
Where are you?
Can't tell you, sorry. But I'm definitely at a payphone with the whole Navy waiting to use the phone. I just wanted to call you and tell you I love you one more time before I hit the water.
I'll go for it.
Hey, are you and Mom getting along?
Not at all.
So she's standing right there, huh?
Uh-huh. I mean, absolutely. You know, why don't you talk to your mom for a minute before she takes the phone from me, and then I'll say goodbye.
Well, okay.
Neil!
Hey, is everything okay?
Yes, of course. Everything's just fine.
You keeping an eye on April?
Of course I'm keeping an eye on her. It's not as if she's due tomorrow, you know. And remember to write us as much as you can, okay? Take care, honey.
You hung up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sure he'll call back again.
No, he won't call back again. He's in a nuclear submarine. You just to pick up a phone and call. Now it could be months.
It was an accident.
It was no accident. You did it on purpose, like you do everything on purpose, Marion.
That is not true.
Just admit it. You don't like me. You don't want me in your house. And now finally that I'm going to have a baby, you don't even care.
April. April.
Oh, please, don't even go and give me one of those sissy spells. You're not fooling me. Marion. Marion? Oh, my God. Marion?
Andrew, was I too late?
Oh, no, you're just getting started.
Yes, this is an emergency. We need an ambulance right away.
Dr. Toma, please see the nutritionist. Dr. Toma, please see the nutritionist.
Here you go.
Thanks. Thanks for coming with me. I don't know a soul here. I guess that's the life of a military wife. Every day I promise myself we are not going to fight. And then she says something to me, and the words just come flying out of my mouth. I don't know why.
Mrs. Campbell?
Yes.
I have the test results. What we're looking at is aplastic anemia.
What's that?
Well, she's unable to produce healthy new blood cells. This has probably been developing for many months, but it reached a crisis point the other night. She's gonna need a bone marrow transplant right away.
God.
Now, our best chance of finding a match is to use a relative, preferably a sibling.
My husband is the only relative she has. He's in the Navy. He just shipped out.
Okay, we're gonna need to contact him right away. Now, even though the chances of a successful match are very slim, this may be our best option.
I'll try.
The sooner we perform the transplant, the better the chance she has.
Are you saying that she could die?
Yes. She's awake now. You can go see her.
Oh, good. Shall we go in, April?
No, you go without me. I think I should try to reach Neil first.
Hi. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm Andrew.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Campbell and Mrs. Monica.
Hello.
Hello.
So you're the transplant coordinator.
That's right. It's a temporary assignment. But I assure you that you will have everything you need. Now, have you been able to reach your husband?
No, they're still cutting through some red tape. Nobody knows how long it's going to take.
Okay. Well, I've been in touch with the National Marrow Donor Program, so we'll see if we can find a match through them.
How good are the chances?
They're not good. Your mother-in-law has certain antibodies, which will make locating a match like finding a needle in a haystack.
Well, is there anything that I can do?
Yes. Yes, you start calling friends and get them down here to be tested. Anybody, everybody that she knows. Because really, at this point, it's a numbers game. Just get her friends down here.
I don't think that she has many friends. Hello, is this, Thomas Abercrombie?
Yes.
Hi, you don't know me. My name is April Campbell. I'm Marion Campbell's daughter-in-law. I found your name in her phone book. She isn't well. She needs a bone marrow transplant, and we were hoping that her closest friends would...
I'm just her plumber.
You're her plumber? Well, that's okay. Well, if you just leave Marion's name, they'll take care of you. Yes, thank you, Mr. Zwiebelstock. And if I ever need my furniture refinished, I'll give you a call.
Well, good luck.
Take care.
Great. Thanks. I don't know. I've called everybody from Abercrombie to Zwevelstock, and, well, none of them were personal friends. You were right. She must be so lonely. Hello?
Mrs. Campbell?
Yes?
This is Georgette. I'm sorry to disturb you. Is everything all right?
Oh, you must mean my mother-in-law. I'm the other Mrs. Campbell. Hello? That was strange.
April, I know this may be a bad time, but it may be the only time we have. I have a favor to ask.
I'm so glad Monica's been around to help you out. Monica, I'll be happy to compensate you for your time.
Oh, that's not necessary.
Don't worry about the money.
I've always paid my own way. Even to your wedding.
We offered to pay for your ticket. You refused.
I didn't want to be a burden. Besides, by the time you offered to pay for it, I'd already bought my own ticket.
We asked you when we got engaged.
You did not.
Yes, I did.
Hey, how's it going?
Bearing up.
Good, great. It's coming along, isn't it?
Marion, who's Georgette?
You went through my letters after I specifically asked you
No,
not
I didn't.
to do it.
Someone named Georgette called
I
looking
am
for
not
you.
interested in excuses. Tired and I want to be left alone.
It's fine with me.
Maybe we should call it a day. It'll just take me a minute to pack up.
April?
Hmm.
Hi.
Hey.
How you feeling?
I'm fine. How's the testing going?
There's no match yet.
Can a pregnant woman be tested?
Absolutely. It's as simple as a blood test, really. It's a long shot, but I think it's worth it.
I wonder if she'd mind.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Why on earth would she mind?
I'm afraid she might not want anything from me.
Come on.
So it's gonna be a girl. Mm-hmm. Tess is a beautiful name for a girl.
Yes.
Thank you, Andrew.
April, you're a match.
That was fast.
I'm the donor?
Yep. There's one more thing.
Lunch.
No, thank you. I'm not hungry.
Well, I'll just leave it in case you change your mind. You must be relieved.
What do you mean?
Now that they found a match.
Who is it?
Your daughter-in-law.
April?
And not many women would take that risk either.
What do you mean?
Donating bone marrow is uncomfortable for anyone, but for a pregnant woman.
Could anything happen to the baby?
Well, any medical procedure is risky when you're that far along. But it seems to be a chance she's willing to take. She must love you very much. Excuse me. I saw your mother-in-law. You didn't tell her you're donating your bone marrow?
It wouldn't matter. I can't win no matter what I do.
Still, she should be in on the decisions. It's her grandchild.
Jennifer will not be her grandchild. She'll be another female competing for her son's affections.
Well, honey, if you don't like her, why are you doing this?
Because I love her son. And if he came home and realized that there was a chance I could have saved her and I didn't take it, he would never forgive me.
Well, what if he comes home and finds he's lost his mother and his baby?
Then I would never forgive her.
Let me get this straight. You're doing this not to save your mother-in-law, not out of love.
Tessa, I don't understand. I mean, what difference does it make why April is donating her marrow?
Doing the right thing for the wrong reason won't bring those two one step closer.
Yeah, but it'll save Marion's life.
We're not here just to save a life. There are souls involved here. 5, to be exact.
5? Oh, there's Marion and April and Jennifer and Neil and... Who?
Hi. I brought you a robe. I was sure I put one in the bag for you.
I wanted to talk to you. I used the robe as an excuse. I'm sorry.
Wait a minute.
Please. Hear me out. I can't let you jeopardize the baby. But I will never forget that you were willing to do it.
Marion, you could die.
I can accept that. Maybe I deserve to.
I don't understand you.
We told you this day would come. What else did you expect, Marion Jean? You broke God's law, and now you will have to pay for that for the rest of your life.
All right, 7 o'clock on the dot. And remember, don't have anything to eat after 7 o'clock the night before.
You are going to be there.
Absolutely. Are you sure you want to do this?
No, not really. I'm a little afraid. But I don't have any other choice.
You know, it's a funny thing about being afraid. It kind of has this way of getting in your face so that it's all that you can see. And there's always another choice out there. But as long as you're afraid, you'll never be able to see it.
You don't have to die, you know. Keep your mouth shut till we get your temperature. You think by letting yourself die, you can protect somebody else. You die, you can't protect anybody. If you die, you're abandoning your son, your daughter-in-law, your grandchild, and the one who needs you the most. You know who I'm talking about. You cannot keep that secret forever. If you keep quiet, not only will you die, but your family will find out about it anyway. Then there'll be more questions that will lead to more heartaches because you won't be around to answer them.
Mrs. Kemble, this is Georgette. I'm just calling to say that we missed you again today. Please give me a call when you get in.
Georgette, the mysterious Georgette. I wish I could understand her. Jennifer, your grandma wants to die. So that just leaves you and me all alone.
So you gotta be strong, okay? You gotta hang in there. Because I'm afraid of losing you too.
April?
You scared me.
You're not supposed to open that desk, are you?
No. I'm not. What are you doing here?
I'm waiting for you. Don't be afraid. I'm an angel, sent by God to tell you that fear has no place in your life.
But I am afraid. I don't know what to do. I'm afraid that my baby's gonna die, that Marion's gonna die, that she wants to die. And if she does, oh God, if she does.
God has many names. Jehovah, Almighty, Everlasting Father, Alpha and Omega. But do you know what he calls himself? I am. If you ask God who he is, that's what he'll tell you. I am. Not I was or am going to be, but I am. And he'll tell you, I am here because you need me to be. And April, if God is here, right now, then what is there to fear? There is so much that God wants to show you, but your fear gets in the way. Give it to him, right here, right now. And then you will see that the answer is right there in your hand.
Take it. Please. Take it.
I'm very sorry to hear this. Mrs. Campbell's quite a remarkable woman. She means a lot to the people here.
She sends you money every month.
Money, clothing, books, whatever she can get her hands on. She's never missed her weekly visit, which is why I called.
I'm sorry, I just don't understand. If she volunteers here, why does she keep it a secret?
That's why I asked you to come. Under any other circumstances, I'd keep this confidential. She's always insisted on it. But if it's a matter of life or death, then there's someone in here you should meet. Hi, Tommy.
Hi, Georgette.
Do you know who this is?
April.
Where did you... This is Tommy, Marion's son.
One more minute, and I'll be all finished.
I can't wait to see it when it's done.
Ah, there's no hurry. Patience is a virtue.
He who hesitates is lost.
Haste makes waste.
Marion, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Get out of your way. I'm all finished.
What is that?
Well, it's the portrait of the two of you.
No, really, what is it?
No, really.
Are you sure you're an angel?
We all have different gifts. Going to go and clean my brushes.
Marion, I need to talk to you.
There's nothing to talk about. I'm not taking your marrow.
I saw Tommy. Does Neil know about him? Why haven't you ever told him?
It's none of your business.
But what about Neil? I mean, isn't it his business? My God. Marion, he has a brother. Shouldn't you have at least told him?
Is there nothing sacred to you? I take you into my home. And this is how you repay me, by invading my privacy, going through my things?
I didn't do that.
Get out of here. Do you understand? Now get out of here. Get out! What do you want?
I think the question is, what do you want?
What do I want? What do I want? Oh, God. Just some peace. That's all I want, is just a little peace.
Well, that's definitely something you can have.
What are you?
I'm an angel, Marion. And I've got a message for you from God.
I know it already. God isn't through with me. He's gonna punish me again, isn't he? Let my grandchild die so that I can live. Then he's gonna torture me again, isn't he? God, when is this gonna stop?
God loves you, Marion. And yes, you made a mistake a long time ago. That's true. But you weren't ready to be a mother at 16, and you certainly weren't ready to raise a special child like Tommy. That's true also. But somebody took the truth and twisted it into shame and told you that Tommy was a punishment instead of a gift. God did not judge you when you had that baby. Others did, and you believed their lies and accepted their shame instead of God's love.
God loves me.
More than you know. April is trying very hard to love you. It's not easy for her because she's afraid.
Afraid of what?
Of your rejection. Of being all alone. Of not being a good mother to that baby she's carrying.
But she'll be a wonderful mother.
Did you ever tell her? Have you ever once thought of what it must be like growing up without a mother?
I know what it's like. My mother didn't die, but she was never there for me. Especially when
you needed her. April needs you. She's afraid to admit it, but she does. And you, sweetheart, you need her. And if you would open that door in your heart, you might just find that you love her too. It's time for forgiveness, Marion. Forgive and be forgiven. And God will fill your heart with a peace beyond understanding.
Marion,
I'm sorry.
What?
I am so sorry. Come here. Please. I was 16. I thought I was in love. Tommy was born physically and mentally handicapped. My father said that Tommy was God's punishment for my sin. They made me give him up. When I was 18, I left home. Took me quite a while, but I finally found my baby. He was in a terrible place, a state institution. He was 3 years old. And he was the sweetest little thing. But nobody wanted him. So I went to work, and I found a place that would take good care of him. And I visited him every chance I got.
And you never told anybody.
I was ashamed. I loved him, but I was ashamed. So no, I never told anyone. I never told my husband. I never told Neil. No one except you.
Hello?
Tommy.
Mommy.
No.
They told me you were sick.
I'm just a little tired.
You don't think I know, but I do. You could die. You could go away forever and never come back. But I can help.
No. You are not going to use him to save me. He doesn't understand.
Mommy?
Marion, he is a perfect match. A perfect match. And I explained everything to him. He does understand.
Mommy, please, I want to help you. I want to do something that matters.
Everything you've ever done has mattered, Tommy.
Did you tell her, April?
Tell her what, Tommy?
April's going to have a baby.
I know. And she is going to be a wonderful mother.
And so are you. Come in.
You made it.
Red Cross picked me up as soon as we surfaced. Is everything okay?
Everything's fine with me, your mother, and baby Marion's fine.
Marion? What happened to Jennifer?
Well, we'll just have to work on her for the next time.
Neil!
Mom!
Oh, Neil. Tommy, this is your brother.
I know. Hi, bro.
Hey, buddy.
And here's your daughter.
Yeah.
just came to say goodbye.
Thank you.
You have a beautiful family.
What about the portrait?
Oh, well, now, it's funny you should mention that because I can't find it.
I found it.
Ah.
Ladies and gentlemen, and baby, the most recent work of a remarkable artist, Monica.
Oh, it's beautiful. It is.
Hey, I'm in it. Me too.
Monica, how did you do? I prayed.
Imagine that.
To be or not to be?
I would definitely say not to be.
Oh, Tess, I just love Shakespeare.
He was a strange little man. He kept writing down everything and saying, alas. He really talked like that. Drove the local folks crazy.
Okay, give me a TO and grab some bench. Come on, don't make me give you lets. That means shut up and sit down. I have you doing push-ups. Hey, come on, fellas, knock it off. All right, while we're waiting, I'm Bibi Monero, women's basketball coach. I don't think any of you are on the team. Anyway, as you know, Woodbridge College is what is officially called financially challenged. What that means is this school is busted flatter than a supermodel. So this year, I'm gonna do basketball, and I'm gonna be in charge of the theater department. I'm really looking forward to this assignment too, because I figure I'll expand my horizons, and I can really use the extra $60 a month. Now, as my first official act as head of the department, I have hired one of the greatest actors of daytime television to teach our class. He's a little late, but hang tough.
Who are they waiting for?
Our assignment.
He's late.
Oh, no, he's an actor. They never think of it as showing up late. They call it making an entrance.
Hello! All right, here he is. Hey, you know him as Malcolm Elliott from the daytime drama, The Young and the Yearning. He's Joel Redding.
I think my mom had a crush on him a million years ago.
You know, I never missed a day. I wouldn't even schedule basketball practice at 2 o'clock so I could watch this show.
Well, I'm flattered.
You're flattered. I'm flattered. You're the greatest. Now that Malcolm's toast because he was poisoned by his aromatherapist, Joel has decided to join our faculty as a visiting professor.
Or until they need his twin brother. Thank you, Coach. Well, I know why you all are here, but you may not know why I'm here, why I left New York and said goodbye to Malcolm Elliott, who earned me 11 years of work and 4 Emmy nominations. I left that soap opera and walked into this theater because the theater is not only where an actor truly bears his soul, it's where he learns that he has one. And I'm ready to share that with you. Now, I know that most of you are undergrads, although we do have a couple of grad students here, and that I'll be working very closely with all of you.
Now, don't waste your time, man. It's just an old TV guy from the Wax Museum.
Everybody will get a chance. I hope that you'll all decide to participate in the community fundraiser that I'll be developing. I've decided to make it an evening of Shakespeare, and I hope to see you all at the auditions. It should be a lot of fun. So, thank you.
Okay, practice tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. And remember, no street shoes on the stage. Okay, class dismissed.
So why are we here?
All the world is a stage, baby, and everybody has the part to play. Unfortunately, for his son, that's all Joel has.
His son?
Marshall. Marshall adores his father. But just about all he knows about him is what he sees on TV. And the man is not going to be on TV anymore. When you walk down the road, heavy burden, heavy load, I will rise and I will walk with you. I'll walk with you till the sun don't even shine. Walk with you every time. I tell you, I'll walk with you. Walk with you. Believe me, I'll walk with you.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, honey. How was your first day of school?
It's okay.
What did you do afterwards? Did you hang with your new friends?
Little morons. There's nothing to do in this town.
Hey, keep your mitts off that. I want us to all eat together. It's our first dinner in our first house.
Man, even a pizza bites you.
Nah, it's just different from what you're used to.
Yeah, well, what I'm used to is good New York pizza.
I can make that New York pizza. Eat that and get out of here.
Very weird. Home! Oh, hey, Dad.
Hey, buddy, how was your day?
It was all right. Let's see. Well, at school, they're only a year behind everything I did last year. I hate the school, I hate the town, and I want to go back to New York, but outside that, it was a great day.
Well, I had a great day. They had a banner on stage. Woodbridge College welcomes Joel Redding. They all knew me. Should have been there.
Now, you see, I told you didn't have anything to be worried about.
Listen, I noticed when I came in that the table was behind the couch. Doesn't really fit, does it?
The table was behind the couch in our apartment. You were just never there to notice.
Sorry, just trying to help.
You know, you could help by hanging the family portrait.
Look, I'll get it.
Who on earth? We don't even know anybody yet.
Actually, I meant to tell you.
Dad, it's for you. They're here for some meeting.
Hello, I'm Monica. I spoke to you on the phone. I'm your new stage manager.
And I'm Tess.
The dialogue coach.
Yes.
Yes.
For a play? It's going to be wonderful. I love Shakespeare.
Yeah, Dad's the best at that. You know, he's not just a TV guy.
I thought you were only going to teach this year.
Well, it's just a little fundraiser. They needed a director, and...
And you couldn't say no.
It's an evening of great moments from Shakespeare.
And a month's worth of evening rehearsals. Yes, I'll put on the coffee.
Well, why don't we get started?
Oh, wonder. How many goodly creatures are there here? How beauteous mankind is. Oh, brave new world that has such people in it.
That's very good. I have a scene from Romeo and Juliet that should be just perfect for you.
Great.
I look forward to working with you.
Sure. Me too.
The old charm is getting old. That's a sign.
Must be a difficult time for a man.
They call it midlife crisis, but if he isn't careful, it's going to be a crisis for everybody real soon. That's your cue.
Hello, Marshall. What are you doing here?
Well, after school's out, there's nothing to do in this crummy town. I figured I'd see if Dad could use some help.
He could. We need a Hamlet.
Oh, no. Listen, I'm not an actor. I mean, look, Dad's the actor. You know, I've seen him do it, but there's no way that I could...
But what? You'd make a great Hamlet.
Why?
You have so much in common.
Like what?
Well, for one thing, you're both students, right? You both love your fathers. You're both making adjustments to major changes in your life. And maybe some of the things that are confusing to you were confusing to him. Go on. Take a look at it.
To be or not to be?
Yeah, you see, here, Hamlet is confused, but in this case, it's about whether to live or to die.
Yeah, I know what it's about. But I'm not confused about living.
No, of course not.
I mean, I wish I was living somewhere else, but...
Oh, well, you see, think of that when you're reading it. And put that feeling into your audition. Go on. Give it a try.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears.
If Shakespeare was alive, he'd drop dead.
I come not to praise Caesar, but to bury him. The good in men oft lies in turn.
Okay. Thanks, Mr. Overman. I'm sure we can find something. Check the board tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, I guess that's our last audition. I want to thank everybody for coming tonight.
Wait. Please. There's one more.
To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing end them. To die. To sleep no more. And by sleep we say to end the heartache and thousands of natural shocks that flesh is heir to. To die. To sleep. To sleep. Perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come when we have shuffled off this mortal coil must give us pause.
Marshall being an actor.
Well, he's pretty good.
Well, of course he's good. He's my son.
Right. Tell me something. Are these pants too tight?
No. No, wait, don't change the subject. You know, Joel, you never finished college. I don't want Marshall distracted like you were.
Honey, I was distracted by you.
Hey, don't try your charm on me. Listen, he's got to keep up with his grades. I'm serious. I really don't want him to end up...
What, like me?
I didn't say that.
On guard. Ah! Another hit. What say you?
A touch, I do confess.
Oh, not with my sourdough.
Oh, well, here, give me this.
You missed a spot.
Beg your pardon? Do I know you?
The Angel of Death, at your service.
Andrew, put that away before you hurt somebody.
Hey, you're supposed to tell me how dashing I look.
Monica, this is Andrew. He's teaching me how to sword fight.
I've seen enough of them. Ready?
Yeah. Unga.
Good. Keep your hand up.
Tess, is Andrew here on business?
Well, he's certainly going to do a death scene. We just don't know if it's on stage or off. You missed a spot.
Come in.
How you doing, Mr. Shakespeare? Malcolm's croaking today. Don't you want to see your own character hit the buzzer?
I really have a hard time watching myself on camera.
Well, believe me, you're smoking.
Whatever you remember about me, Katrina, remember that I never stopped loving you.
I never got to tell you. I'm not just your lover. I'm your...
Goodbye, Malcolm. I'm gonna miss you.
Out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow, a poor player who struts and frets his hour upon the stage. Karen.
Mr. Redding,
Oh, please, call me Joel.
I really need your help.
Sure. What's the problem?
Well, it's this line here. Sweet good night, this bud of love by summer's ripening breath. I just don't feel it.
By summer's ripening breath may prove a beauteous flower when next we meet. Good night, as sweet repose and rest come to thy heart as that within my breast. Here. Why don't we take it line by line?
So where's Dad?
He called. He's going straight to the theater.
Why didn't you tell me?
Honey, how was school today?
It was okay. Listen, I got rehearsal.
Wait a minute, not so fast.
What?
Well, somebody from the high school called. Do you have anything to tell me?
Okay. So I skipped a class.
3, honey. What's going on?
Listen, this is no big deal. Okay, I know all that stuff.
Where were you?
I was working on my lines.
Instead of going to school?
Listen, I don't like school. I like acting. You know, and I want to help out Dad.
I'm sorry, school comes first.
Well, not to me, it doesn't.
Listen, I am still your parent.
Well, so is Dad.
Don't even start with that. You know, just because your dad is around more now doesn't mean that my opinion doesn't count anymore.
You know, why don't you get off my back? You know, I had a life until we moved to this place.
Marshall, I'm on your side.
Oh, no, you're not. You made Dad give up everything and move here. To this pathetic town.
You don't understand.
No, I do understand. Listen, I'm miserable and Dad is miserable. And don't tell me you had nothing to do with it.
See, this is why it's good for us to work alone. Art takes concentration. Now, do you notice anything about these lines when Romeo and Juliet first meet? No, okay. It's a sonnet, 14 lines. Romeo's first touch should be electric. Here. Let me show you.
Look at him. I can't believe he's doing this.
Well, honey, he thinks his best days are over, and he's trying desperately to hold on to somebody or something that still makes him feel like a man or a star.
Well, which one of us is going to stop him?
Neither one of us. God made us angels, not police. Now, we can hope and pray that he makes the right decision, but the choice is his.
Sin from my lips? Oh, trespass sweetly urged. Give me my sin again.
Marshall? Marshall!
Hi, rehearsal over?
Yeah.
What's the matter?
Marshall, I'm going down to bed.
What's going on? Joel,
Just a long rehearsal. I think I'll make myself a sandwich and then maybe get to that picture.
Morning, Mom. Where's Dad?
he's already gone. Marshall, have you seen the ladder?
Yeah, it's at the theater.
Graveyard of every tool in this garage. Blueberry pancakes?
Yeah, sure. Listen, Mom.
Hmm?
Everything's gonna be okay.
What's gonna be okay?
Well, you know, school's getting better and everything, and, you know, the show's gonna be over soon, so we can be a family, you know, like you wanted.
Who are you? And what have you done with my son?
I am weary. Give me leave a while. Fie, how my bones ache. What a jaunt have I had.
I would thou hadst my bones and I thy news.
Wait a minute. Stop. I've had this long, fat jaunt, so I got to sit down.
Good idea.
Babe, got a minute.
Yeah, take 5.
Great.
What's up with this invoice? 14 Elizabethan costumes?
Yeah? What do you mean?
Elizabethan. I thought we were doing Shakespeare. And whatever it is we're doing, we only got $65 to do it with.
That's our entire budget? I couldn't buy a ruff for $65.
Who wants to buy a ruff? What is a ruff?
A ruff is what an actor wears that forces him to stand in a certain way, a Shakespearean way. He has to adopt a formality which is matched by the formal language that Shakespeare gave his courtiers.
You know, my dog wore one of these once so he wouldn't bite his stitches out. But let's talk. I got a little money from the Wiener concession. So maybe if I could come up with some dough for your Shakespearean finery, maybe you could find something a little thespic for me. Maybe. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure. Marshall, what you saw was...
I didn't see anything.
Marshall, come on, you're not concentrating.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me. Here, Marshal. Let me show you something. Yeah? Sure. Thanks. Okay, let's go. On guard. You hold it back. Don't hold back. All right, from the sixth, Perry. On guard. Come on, man. If you want him to believe it, you got to commit to it. Let's go from the top.
You should talk about commitment.
On guard.
Marshall, stop it! Marshall, please! Marshall! Marshall! Marshall, that's enough rehearsal for today.
Hey.
Tay.
I guess you got more out of those fencing lessons than either of us thought. Whatever the problem was out there, dueling is not the way that people work things out these days. Why don't you try to talk to him?
Because I've got nothing to say to him.
Ooh, I don't know. You can start with the truth. It's always a good technique. Now, it might not be pretty, but you got a pressure cooker that's building up in you. And the truth is kind of like a safety valve, you know? You just let it out even and slow, and just maybe you won't blow up all at once. And one other thing. I'd pack away the swords first. I'll see you out there.
Okay, everybody, that's it. Go home, take a rest. And remember, I want all lines memorized by tomorrow. Good work. Good night. Get out of here.
Hey, you want to grab something? See you later.
Marshall, you want to ride home?
I'd rather walk. I'll see you at home. Mom, I'm home. Dad will be a little late. Mom? 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 Mom! Mom? I need some help.
Marshall, what happened?
I don't know. And I got home and she was just lying there, bleeding. Have you seen my dad?
I'm sorry.
How is your mother doing, baby?
I don't know. I mean, they keep coming and going, but they don't tell me anything.
Well, we'll just see about that.
Are you okay?
Where's my dad? Don't worry. I can guess.
Mr. Nurse, there's a young man down there waiting outside of his mother's room where she's been in there for several hours, and nobody has had enough compassion to
Ma'am,
let him
I
know
don't
what's
have
happening with her.
anything-
Hush, hush. Now, you get me a doctor, get me some facts, or I will go into that room myself, and nobody, and I mean nobody, is going to stand in my way. Do you understand me?
Now, where would you like me to get a
Just
doctor?
hush up. Just do it, and do it now. Marshall. Marshall, this is Dr. Schulman.
Hi. Your mother has suffered a blow to the head, which has caused a severe hematoma.
Tell him what that means.
It's a bruise inside that's caused her brain to swell. Now, that leaves us with some very difficult decisions.
Surgery, right?
Marshall, the type and the location of your mother's hematoma makes this a very dangerous operation. I'd be lying to you if I told you there wasn't some risk here.
What risk?
If we operate, she may live, but lose her sight.
And if she doesn't have the operation?
It is possible that the swelling could go down by itself, or it may get worse. And when that happens, it will be too late to operate and she will die. Look, I need your father to sign a consent form for the surgery.
I left a message at home. If he went back, he'd be here by now.
Well, in the absence of an adult relative, I have the power to use my discretion. Look, Marshall, you're her son. What would she want?
Mom's a fighter. Go ahead. Do the surgery. Doctor. If somebody had found her sooner, would it have made a difference?
Look, don't beat yourself up over this. This is not your fault.
She made me blueberry pancakes this morning.
Nurse?
May I help you?
Yes, my name is Joel Redding. My wife was brought in here earlier today. Can you tell me
Thanks for dropping by.
what happened?
Oh, since when do you care?
Marshall, calm down and tell me what's going on
I
here.
don't want to talk to you.
Marshall, what happened to your mother? Tell me, please.
Look, cut the act, Dad, because you don't care about her and you don't care about me. Well, you care about your bimbo.
Marshall, let me explain. I was with Karen, but we were rehearsing.
Rehearsing what, huh? Don't want her! Don't!
Marshall, stop
Oh,
it!
Marshall, that's enough.
And Mama's gonna hate you, too. If she lives.
Come on, Marshall, pick up the phone.
Here's some ice.
Thanks. Marshall, you there? Marshall, I'm just trying to find out if you're okay. Maybe he's still in the hospital. Better look for him.
Maybe I better go with you.
Marshall's been under a lot of strain lately. I think he's starting to crack between moving and rehearsals and now this terrible thing with his mother.
Well, let's just step right in here a moment and see what we can find.
What is this?
A chapel. Some people think of it as a place for reflection and meditation.
Well, doesn't look like he's in here.
Well, I think you ought to sit down.
What for?
To reflect and meditate. Sit on down.
Beg your pardon?
Well, we'll get to that pardon part later. But right now, I want you to stop trying to explain away your son's behavior. I think he's handling this thing pretty well, don't you?
Handling what thing?
Your affair.
How did you know?
Well, you don't have to be an angel to see what's going on around here. But that's what I am, an angel sent by God. Now, don't be afraid. But I have to tell you, God is not pleased with what's going on around here. All the world is not a stage, Joel. And the men and women are not merely players. Who you are and what you do matters to God. Now, how charming you are, and how many autographs you've signed, and how many of those little gold statues you got sitting on your cocktail table will not impress the creator of the universe. Now, you play all the roles you want to play, and it won't matter a bit, because you're not playing the role that God created especially for you. Joel. Just Joel. And the real Joel has no business fooling around.
I'm sorry.
Don't tell me. Tell him, tell God, and then tell your family. They're the ones you're hurting.
I never meant to hurt anyone. I wasn't looking for someone else. I just needed to feel better about myself.
Well, did it work? I didn't think so. And another thing, what do you care about being loved as a TV star when you're already loved as a father, a husband, and a child of God?
Help me.
Don't ask me. Ask him. God is your helper, and he loves you, and he is listening.
I've really messed up here, but I guess you know that. I don't deserve it, but I could use a little help here. Please. Help.
Oh, here they are now.
Mr. Redding, I think we're out of the woods. She's in post-op now.
Monica here? Yes. Oh, telephone. Would you excuse me?
Anyway, it went very, very well.
Thank you. Hello? Marshall?
I think we're looking at a rapid recovery.
Oh, thank God.
Yes, indeed.
Can I see her?
Well, she's not awake, but I think you can look in.
It went quite well, they tell me.
Sometimes I'm just an observer.
I just spoke to Marshall.
Marshall. Mom's okay. She's okay. She's gonna be fine.
Well, no thanks to you and Karen.
What happened with Karen was a mistake, and it's over. You gotta believe me, son.
Find yourself another son. Because as far as I'm concerned, you're not my father.
Marshall, I'm asking for your forgiveness.
Forget about it.
You ever hear the expression, to err is human, to forgive divine?
Look, man, don't quote me that crap. You know, all your speeches and your lines. Well, listen, don't even talk to me until you want to tell me the truth.
You know why we left New York?
Yeah, because Mom finally got you to leave the city.
No. I was fired.
What?
I didn't quit the soap. They fired me because I was too old. Just like 11 years ago, they fired somebody else and gave me his job. We're here because it's the only job I could get. I didn't have the guts to tell you the truth.
Why?
Because you were my biggest fan, and I didn't want to disappoint you. Ironic, huh? I'm sorry I hurt you. I'm sorry I hurt your mother. But I felt like such a loser coming here. I just needed to be wanted by somebody. I forgot I already was. Your mother didn't make us leave. All she ever wanted was a family. As do I. What I did was wrong. And I'll never do it again.
Well, I still can't forgive you.
The quality of mercy is not strained. It droppeth as the gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath. It is twice blessed. It blesseth him that gives and him that takes.
You're like some kind of an angel.
Before Shakespeare wrote it, God was it. Mercy is his gift. And you shine with his divine light every time you are merciful or show someone forgiveness. I should know, Marshall, because I am an angel, sent by God. And he wants you to understand that you cannot judge your father. But you can forgive him.
I hate him.
God doesn't hate him. He knows that Joel is a man and that men make mistakes. But you've never seen your father as a man, have you? Only as a hero to be worshipped. No one should be worshipped on this earth, Marshall. You may want to hate your father, but God wants you to love him. And it is time now for you to do that.
Bravo! Bravo! That was a slam dunk! How did you do that with the lights? Thank you. Thank you all for coming to our little fundraiser this evening. You've given this old theater a new lease on life, and it makes me happy to know that you were all so willing to show this old building a little mercy. 'Cause you know, the quality of mercy is not strained. It droppeth as the gentle rain from the heaven upon the place beneath.
And gentlemen in England will think themselves accursed that they were not here, and hold their manhoods cheap, whilst any speaks that fought with us upon St. Crispin's Day!
nothing but net. You know, it doesn't seem the same without a little towel snapping, does it?
So, where do angels go?
We move on.
And so will your family.
Great show. You guys were really terrific.
Excuse me, can I have an autograph?
I don't give autographs anymore.
Really, since when?
Well, since I only want one fan. You.
You guys ready to go?
Yeah.
Look now, you see? Like I've always said, all's well that ends well.
Look, Tess.
Our names are in the program.
There's nothing worse than a star-struck angel except two star-struck angels.
I'll blow your head off!
You are a calm and graceful presence. Oh, gosh. Get tea. No fortunes. Oh, get that.
I don't understand what people see in tea. How could they not prefer coffee? But I suppose just as there are cat people and dog people, so too are there tea people and coffee people.
And listening people and talking people. That's Kate Prescott. She's your assignment.
She doesn't look like she needs an angel.
She doesn't. Right now, she needs a friend. Later on, she's going to need an angel. And you're going to have to do both.
I don't see Kate.
She'll be here. This is where she spends her days.
What kind of a trial is this?
A sweet girl got murdered in her own home.
Oh, Tess, no.
The evil that men can do. That's the victim's father there.
Poor man.
He's a victim, too. In this case, baby, we got a lot of victims.
What do you mean?
Excuse me.
Oh, hello.
Is that seat taken?
Oh, no, not at all.
Must be very hard for him.
Yes.
Hi, Mom.
tell you I'll walk with you. Believe me, I'll walk with you.
Dr. Hayes, based on your examination, were you able to establish the cause of death?
Yes, 2 bullet wounds to the upper torso, .22 caliber. One was superficial in the shoulder area, the other pierced the heart. Death was instantaneous.
And did you notice anything unusual about the path of the bullets?
Objection. Your Honor, the prosecution is leading the witness.
He's an expert witness. I'll allow it.
Yes, there was something unusual. The bullets had a severely downward trajectory.
And that told you what?
That either the perpetrator was 15 feet tall or the victim was on her knees when she was killed.
On her knees? Like she was begging for mercy?
Objection!
Withdrawn.
The jury will disregard Mr. Reynolds' last question.
Mr. Page, what was your relationship to the deceased?
She was my daughter.
Would you please tell the jury what happened on the night of April 4th of this year?
Megan had come home from college. It was a surprise. She had a long weekend and she had decided to spend it with me. She made dinner. Just the 2 of us. And she wanted to talk. Not about anything, just be together and talk. But I wanted to get some ice cream. So she cleared and I went out to get it. I was gone about half an hour. And as I pulled into the driveway, I saw somebody coming out of the house. His back was turned to me, but when my headlights hit him, he turned around and I saw his face. Then he ran away. And I saw the door was open. And I ran into the house.
Megan! Megan!
And she was lying there.
Megan!
And there was a lot of blood. And I tried to put something over the wounds. But there was too much blood.
Mr. Page, the man who you saw outside your house, do you see him in the courtroom today?
It was him. He killed her.
Objection. Sustained. Mr. Page, only answer the questions that you're asked.
I saw him in my house. His footprints were there. He killed her.
Your Honor, this is extremely prejudicial.
Jury will disregard.
No, don't disregard. He killed her.
Order. Order. Bailiff, please remove Mr. Page from the courtroom.
He killed her, I'm telling you. He did it. He killed my daughter.
There's no doubt about it.
Order
He's
in the
one
courtroom.
who did it. He's the one.
This court is adjourned until 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Members of the jury are reminded not to discuss this case amongst yourselves or anyone else.
I'm sorry. This must be very difficult for you. Tommy.
Mom.
You heard him. She was on her knees, begging for her life. I saw him with my own eyes. The police caught him in the woods next to my house. How much more evidence do you need? You know he's been in prison 3 times. He has to be put away for good. How could you raise a human being like that?
Prescott, has your son ever discussed the crime with you?
Is it true that your ex-husband was an abusive father?
Has the DA asked you to take the stand?
Stand back, please, and give her some space. Come with me. I know a way out. This way.
Please, one
Excuse me. It's locked. Wonder how that happened.
My name is Monica. Well, look, Monica, my Thomas has been in plenty of trouble. He's no saint, but he's never hurt anyone. And he never would hurt anyone. Make sure you print that.
Print it? Print it where?
In your newspaper.
Oh, no. I'm not a reporter. I'm a stranger.
Reporters I tolerate. Strangers I ignore completely.
Is this seat taken?
Yes, it's a public bus, honey. You come on, and you can sit wherever you wish. How are we today, Mrs. Prescott?
Can't complain. It wouldn't do any good anyway.
Look, please, I'm on a schedule here. Who's your friend?
Don't have any friends.
I'm Monica.
Hi, Monica. I'm Mrs. Angeli. That's like Angel, but there's an I at the end.
Hello.
Mrs. Prescott and I, we go way back, don't we, Mrs. Prescott?
Way back to 3 weeks ago.
Ever since she began coming to court.
It's a tough day, I heard.
You all right?
I'm all right. Thanks. What's the word on the street?
You don't want to know.
That's all right. I already know. The papers, all of them say that he's guilty. I mean, they haven't even heard his defense yet.
What's his defense?
That he didn't do it. Please don't.
Officer Bolton, after you responded to the 911 call, did you apprehend a suspect in the woods surrounding the Page home?
Yes, I did.
Do you see that man in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Would you please point him out?
Is the gentleman sitting at the defense table there?
Let the record show that he has identified the defendant, Thomas Prescott. Your witness?
Officer, do you agree with the prosecution's theory for the motive in this crime?
Yes, it was a burglary that went wrong.
And what makes you believe that?
The victim's purse was stolen, which contained some cash and credit cards. There's some jewelry missing as well. Several rings, an ID necklace, bracelets.
Thank you. That's in the record. Now, on the night that you arrested Mr. Prescott, was he in possession of the victim's purse?
Well, no, but they usually don't hang on to...
Just answer the question yes or no, officer.
No purse.
Was he in possession of the stolen jewelry?
No.
Were there any traces of gunpowder on his hands?
No.
Was there any blood on his clothing?
No.
Nothing further.
Your Honor.
Prosecution may redirect.
Officer Bolton, is it possible to fire a handgun and not leave gunpowder residue on your hand?
Sure, if he's wearing gloves and he dumps them afterwards.
Objection, speculation?
Overruled. You open the door, Counselor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Officer, how would you describe the terrain around the Page home?
It's a heavily wooded area.
Did the police conduct a thorough search for evidence in that area?
Yeah, but it would take 100 men all year to look everywhere.
So, in your opinion, it would be possible for someone to hide evidence in that wooded area that would not be found?
Very possible.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Prescott, how far do you live from the woods where the officer arrested you?
Not far, ma'am, about a mile.
And were you in those woods last April 4th?
Yeah. I couldn't sleep that night, so I went for a walk. I like to go to the woods, because there's nobody out there, you know? I can be alone, think about things, and... Well, all of a sudden, I heard a bunch of shots, and... they sounded like they were real close by. And I wanted to make sure no one was in trouble, so I looked into it, and all I could see in a quick flash in the moonlight was someone, but I couldn't see their face. And I looked, I saw a man coming out of that house. And he was wearing a green hunting cap. And he was carrying a woman's purse. And I looked over, and the door was open, and I walked right in. And when I walked inside, that girl was on the floor in a pool of blood. And I was scared. Any man would have been. And I didn't know who else was there, or I just was trying to get out of there. And next thing I remember, you know, somebody pulled up and started yelling. I ran.
Mr. Prescott, did you kill Megan Page?
No, ma'am, I did not.
Your witness?
Well, tell me something, Mr. Prescott. You frequently go walking at night all dressed in black?
No, sir, it's just what I had on, that's all.
Don't you usually wear black clothes when you're committing crimes?
Your Honor, Mr. Reynolds, you know better than that.
I apologize. I withdraw the question.
He does not have a regular job. He works part-time at a gas station. He goes for walks in the woods, just to get away from the world. You may see someone who does not fit your idea of a model citizen. But most importantly, you did not see him, nor did anyone else see him commit this crime. He was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. The fact is, the prosecution has failed to meet their burden of proof. They have given you no physical evidence that links Thomas with this crime. And without that evidence, you are compelled by law to find Thomas Prescott not guilty.
Look, the defendant admits he was there. He was in the house. And a person gets scared and they run because they're guilty, not because they're innocent. And just because he's hidden this gun in a place where it can't be found does not mean he didn't commit this crime. We know who killed Megan Page, and it wasn't somebody in a green hunting cap. It was Thomas Prescott. And it's time for you to tell this man that you know it too. Your Honor?
Order. Order. All right, Mr. Prescott, that's enough. Let's get to the jury instructions so they can begin deliberations.
Waiting out a verdict like this, my heart goes out to you and that poor Mr. Page.
Thank you. I am sorry about his daughter, too. Very sorry. But my Thomas has had nothing to do with this.
I didn't mean to say that. Tess, I don't know how to be her friend. I'm not even sure that she needs me.
You take it from old Tess, baby. Tomorrow, when that verdict comes in, Kate is gonna need you plenty.
Mr. Foreman, have you reached a verdict?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mrs. Prescott, remember, there's always the Court of Appeal.
But he's not guilty, Monica. I don't care what anybody thinks. He is not guilty.
Mr. Foreman, have you all agreed on your verdict?
Yes, Your Honor. We have.
Will the defendant please rise for the verdict? Mr. Foreman, please read the verdict.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Thomas Prescott, not guilty.
Order! Order! I will have order in this courtroom. Order! 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 I'd like to thank the jury for their time. Mr. Prescott, you're free to go. Court is adjourned.
The reaction to the Prescott verdict continues at this hour. Angry protesters are still picketing outside the courthouse, carrying signs saying, "Doubt Thomas," and "Murdering women is a crime." Meanwhile, the jury's foreman spoke out about the verdict.
The jury was not allowed to know about his past burglary arrests. I mean, if we had, well, who knows? I mean, most of us felt he probably did it, but there were some questions. And as you know, it's guilt beyond reasonable doubt. We just couldn't do it. But we don't feel that great about it.
Not guilty. Not. Hello? Hey, Bill, what's going on, man? Yeah, no, I was just about to call you about my schedule. No, Joe, look, just take you to a stinking gas station job and just...
Hello? Yeah, who's this now? Oh, yeah, this is the killer, yeah. Yeah, no, this is the killer. Yeah, why don't you come over here right now and I'll kill you, okay? Okay, yeah,
Mrs. Prescott! Word on the street is that Leonard Page is getting the whole town up in arms.
Thomas is not guilty. People need to get over it.
No kidding.
I really admire the way you're handling this. Living with Thomas must be very difficult.
He wasn't always like this. He was a happy boy. Oh, with these real bright eyes. He never had a father. What a bum. So he started hanging out with older kids. They decide to steal a car one night, and so Thomas goes along with it. You know how kids do. So they send him straight to juvenile hall, which was supposed to straighten him up. But when he came out of there, he was different. His eyes weren't bright anymore. They were cold, hard, you know? And they haven't been bright since. Oh, no.
We had evidence in this case that was far beyond...
Get out of here!
There he is! There he is!
Tommy! Oh, Tommy! No! Tommy, stop! Awesome! Thomas! Thomas, get in the house! Get in the house! Tom, go inside! Inside now! Go home, everybody! Go home! Go away! Go home, everybody!
Ma, who is she?
Oh, she is my friend, Monica.
I don't know her.
We met at court. She was the only person willing to sit next to me.
Hello, Thomas.
Ma, you don't know why she's being so friendly. Maybe she's wired. Maybe I should frisk her.
Thomas, this is my guest. Now, what were you doing out there?
I was just trying to get rid of them out there.
Why didn't you call the police?
I did.
And?
They laughed. You think they're gonna help me? They think they're the ones that are not safe? I'm the one who's not safe.
That's the violence Thomas Prescott is capable of on a moment's notice. The justice system does not work. That's right. We all have to defend ourselves because the system won't defend us. That's right. It's too late for my daughter. Do you want yours to be next? No! We're not safe in our homes while this killer is free. Do you want to live next door to a killer? No!
Father, there are a lot of fired up people here that need to be cooled down. Whatever you'll do will be greatly appreciated.
Then do something about it!
That's a nice touch.
Look, they're running away. They're going.
It's not going to rain forever, Thomas.
Yes, can I please have the number of Channel 6 News?
I'm here with Kate Prescott, mother of acquitted murder suspect Thomas Prescott. Mrs. Prescott, why did you request this interview?
Well, Thomas has been found not guilty. Now, everyone leave him alone. Please, leave us alone.
May we speak to your son?
He's not here.
Where is he?
Well, I'm not going to tell you. He has been through enough. Tommy has had problems in his life like anybody else. But he never hurt that poor girl. He has never, ever hurt anyone. There is absolutely no evidence that my son did anything wrong. People, just want someone to blame. The police haven't even bothered to look for the man in the green hunting cap. See, Tommy could never do this. He couldn't. He wouldn't. I know my son.
Morning! No Mrs. Prescott, huh?
No, I haven't seen her.
I'm not surprised. Word on the street is she doesn't want to show her face.
I'm worried about Kate. Seeing Thomas in the woods last night, I'm not sure what to make of it.
Don't make anything of it. That's not what you're here for.
Am I not here to help my assignment?
Of course you are, but you remember this. The truth will set you free. The truth will set everybody free. But that does not mean it's going to drop in your lap. You got to find it first.
Now that Mrs. Prescott has broken her silence to defend her son, what is your response?
Well, it's sad. She has to believe he's innocent because otherwise she'd have to ask herself what part she played in raising a killer. She can't ask herself that. It's too terrible, so she has to believe he's innocent, no matter what the facts are.
If you could say anything to Mrs. Prescott right now, what would it be?
I'd tell her that your son is a killer. I know it, he knows it, the whole town knows it. We want him out, now. Don't make things worse than they already are. People are angry enough to do almost anything. Nobody wants to see you get...
Things worse. They want to hate you, Tommy. And you keep giving them reasons to.
Mom, listen.
Stop giving them reasons.
Mom, listen, please relax. I've got it completely under control.
You all right, dear? Yeah, I think so. But you know, I felt like I got hit.
He tried to kill me. He tried to kill all of us.
Leonard Page is after my son. He's never going to leave us alone.
May I make a suggestion?
Mr. Page, I'm as unhappy about being here as you are about having me here.
I doubt that, Mrs. Prescott.
2 hours ago, someone fired a gun into my home. They tried to kill us.
Well, if you're suggesting I had anything to do with that, you're wrong.
I don't think you actually pulled the trigger, but you might just as well have. Now, what is it that you want?
I want your son dead. Since I can't have that legally, I want him the hell out of this town.
We're not gonna move. You leave us alone.
Like your son left my daughter alone?
The jury said not guilty.
The jury was wrong. Look at my daughter, Mrs. Prescott. Take a real good look at her. Look at her. This is what was taken away from me.
She was very beautiful.
She was my life.
I know why you need to find the person who did this.
I have found him.
You have the wrong man. Now, no matter how much you hate him, he didn't do it.
No matter how much you love him, he did.
You going out tonight?
Yeah. I'm stuck inside all day.
Okay, but be careful, all right? No, leave the dishes. I'll do them.
Ma, I picked this up this afternoon.
Oh?
Just a little something to say thanks for hanging in there with me.
Oh, well, thank you. I thought you stayed in today.
Whatever. Read it,
All right. You're my favorite girl. Love, Thomas. Aw.
Ma, this goes with it.
What? Oh, this is beautiful. But you can't afford this.
Don't worry about that, Ma. You deserve it.
Okay, go on. Go out. Have some fun.
I'll see you later, Ma.
Okay. And then I thought, what is the guitar doing out of its case? So I opened the case, and there it was. I feel like such a fool.
Oh, Kate, there's nothing you could have done.
You can't say that. I am the one who raised him. Now, I thought I taught him right from wrong. Oh, I defended him to everybody. No, my son would never do anything like that. He's a good boy. Well, he's not. He's not a good boy. He's a criminal.
Hey, Ma. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Ma, some jerk started a fight in the bar, and I'm sitting there minding my business the whole time. He threw me out. What's wrong?
You tell me the truth about that night.
I told you the truth.
Stop lying!
You searched my room?
You gave me Megan Page's jewelry as a gift!
Ma, you don't understand.
I understand that you killed that girl.
No, she was dead already.
Liar! Liar!
Ma, I did lie. But not about that, Ma. I was in the woods that night, but I was just looking for something to steal, Ma. Nothing big. Just something to make a couple bucks on. And then I heard these shots. So I went to look and see what was going on. And I saw this guy with a green hat, and he was running. He ran right by me. So I went inside, Ma.
And I was just looking around. And then I saw the girl. She was just lying there, Ma. Lifeless. And then I was gonna call 911. But then I saw the jewelry. I don't know, Ma. I just had to take it. I don't even know why.
By the time I got out of there, the father came home, so I left. That's it, Ma. I swear that's the truth.
Well, I don't believe you.
Mom!
Don't call me that anymore.
Ma!
No more.
thought you believed me.
I used to.
She didn't believe me.
Can you blame her? No one believes you, Thomas. How could you do it? And how could you do it to her?
I didn't. And this is my life we're talking about here.
Yes, and you're wasting it.
It's my business.
Look, you have every right to ruin your own life. But you certainly have no right to ruin hers.
Get out of my house.
Hi. Have you heard?
Heard what?
I found the jewelry in his room. And I am so sorry for everything he has done. I don't know why he did what he did. But I'm just so sorry. He's gone. I went in his room this morning, and he is gone. I don't know where he's gonna go. He doesn't have much money.
He left the jewelry behind. And this. Mom, I know you probably didn't mean what you said, but I have to go. Don't worry. Love, Thomas.
Step out of the car.
Have
you stepped toward the police car?
To the yellow Buick Toronto license.
Put your hand in the car for me, please.
Knockdown, New Hampshire. From first. Also on area to Hutchinson 4677.
Repeat the vehicle description on that last information broadcast.
Put your hands on your head! Do it now! You're under arrest. Cuff him, Pete. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for...
Hello? Yes, it is. Yes, Sergeant. Are you sure? Oh, my God.
Our top story tonight. Police say they have arrested the man who was the killer of college student Megan Page. The suspect is described as having a history of violence and has apparently confessed to the killing. They say he laughed as she pleaded in vain for her life. Bill will be along with that weekend weather forecast, and Dave will have all the sports scores a little bit later.
Oh, I didn't hear the door.
I didn't use the door.
Monica, I'm not much of a people person, but I don't know how I could have gotten through this if you hadn't been watching over me. You've been a real angel.
Just like one.
Oh, my.
God sent me to you, Kate.
God is real.
Oh, yes. More than real.
There have been so many times I've prayed. And he really is there. So, he knows what I've done.
Yes.
I've betrayed my son. I've turned my back on him. I did the one thing I never thought I could ever do. I failed him.
fail God. Oh my God.
Kate, I didn't come here to watch you condemn yourself. God doesn't want that. Everybody fails sometimes.
Not like this.
Exactly like this. You exchanged your faith for evidence. You stopped believing in what you knew, and you started believing in what you saw. But you see, faith is the evidence of what you can't see. So put your faith in God, who you can't see, and trust Him to right the wrongs with Thomas. Let Him speak to you and to everyone else who has failed Him.
Like Leonard Page.
Yes. You two are more alike than you are different. You have both suffered great pain. But with God's help, you can turn judgment into compassion. You can turn hate into forgiveness. You must forgive Leonard Page. And Kate, you need to forgive yourself too.
Oh, I could never do that. I wasn't there when my son needed me the most.
Nobody is perfect except the one who sent me here. And He sends perfect peace to imperfect you and imperfect Thomas.
Who are you?
My name is Tess. I'm an angel. And now I'll tell you who you are. You're a man so full of hate and pain, you want the whole world to feel it too.
I have the right to hate.
Maybe so. But who does it really hurt? The man who killed your daughter or you? Hate is more toxic than any chemical, Mr. Page. It poisons from the inside out. And it's a fast-acting poison. Before you know it, you're filled with it. Hate's in charge, and you can't control it anymore. You thought by blaming that boy for what happened that it would make you feel better. Did it?
It was a mistake, but now they've caught the right man.
Yes, they have, but what difference does it make? Do you turn your hate around and start the whole thing all over again? The only thing you can do with this man, Leonard Page, is forgive him.
Never.
Forgiveness is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. Hating is easy. Forgiving is hard.
My baby is gone.
She's gone, but not lost. And another father is taking very good care of her right now.
But I should have been here. I should have protected her.
There was nothing you could do. And sometimes admitting that is the hardest part. You did not have the power to stop it.
I'll never see her again.
Oh, honey, we angels don't talk about never. I believe that you'll hold your little girl in your arms again someday. But in the meantime, realize that Megan is never too far away. A part of her will live in you for all of time. And there's a part of you inside her right now, today.
I'm so sorry.
Please come in.
Have you
heard from Thomas?
No. This belongs to you too. With everything happening, I'm sorry, I forgot.
I would like you to keep this.
Thanks.
Tess, where's Mrs. Angeli?
She got transferred.
Oh, too bad. There was something about her I really liked.
She said the same thing about you.
She did?
She did a good job, too.
Yes, it must be very difficult driving a bus.
Oh, that wasn't her job. That was just her assignment.
Her assignment? You mean?
She was the advance angel on this case. She set it up so the caseworker could do her job.
Imagine that. But then I guess the only question I have is about Thomas.
Well, what is that, Angel Girl?
He left the jewelry behind. He's going straight, isn't he?
He surely is. And Leonard Page has declined to press charges on the stolen jewelry. He says it's time for healing.
Well, that's very nice, but Thomas seems to be the forgotten soul here. I mean, wherever he is, he's alone.
You know better than that, baby.
How are you, honey? Are you new around here? My name is Mrs. Angeli. That's like Angel, but there's an I on the end. Do you want some coffee?
Yeah.
All right, now listen, we have a blue plate special, but trust me, I wouldn't try it. There's my smile. You know what? You're too thin. We are going to have to fatten you up.
So Thomas is gone, but not lost.
God never gives up on us, baby, even though sometimes people do.
Amen. Finds shape so easily.
It doesn't take long in the right hands.
Good play. Dug it myself. You and me, we're the only ones that dig around here.
Are you talking to the dog?
He's the only one that listens.
Hey, looks like a boot. Maybe this will be the one, Wet.
Maybe. Just might be. Work with the thumb, just like they did 1,000 years ago.
It's amazing that making a pod hasn't changed in all that time.
Clay, a wheel, a pair of hands. That's how it was meant to be.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm expecting a call.
Who sat down and invented that noise?
I'll take it in the house. Hello? Yeah, this is Penny. Yeah, I'll get Michael.
It's beautiful, but it's not the only way to make pots. Why does he think it is?
Well, Whit is a plain, no-nonsense kind of man. And for him, the simplest way is the best way. But now Whit is about to find out how complicated simple can be.
I see. Well, I'll call you tomorrow.
Michael.
The cancer, it's spread into the bones.
How long?
2, maybe 3 months.
Maybe he's got 2 for 4.
Then that's how long I'm gonna live.
When you walk down the road, heavy burden, heavy load, I will rise and I will walk with you. I'll walk with you till the sun don't even shine. Walk with you every time. I tell you, I'll walk with you. Believe me, I'll walk with you.
Leonard, how did you get out?
You went over the fence, did you, Leonard? Well, I know there are rabbits in the next field, but you'll just have to invite them over here next time, okay?
Thanks for bringing him back.
Actually, I came to apply for the dog training job.
Oh, I just put up the sign.
Oh, great. So the job's still open, is it?
Yeah. Have you ever done any dog training?
Well, Leonard, lie down in your stomach, roll over, and bark.
Leonard doesn't do tricks.
Well, maybe he's just a bit shy.
Well, it's 9 to 5, 6 days a week. I'm afraid it's only minimum wage right now, but all the meals are free and the vegetables are fresh out of the garden.
Do you have cappuccino?
We got an espresso machine for Christmas a few years ago. If you can find it, you're welcome to all the cappuccinos you can drink.
Wonderful. Yes, I'm looking forward to working with you two. It's a lovely farm you have here. Very simple.
No, it's my father-in-law's. It's been in his family for generations. Hasn't changed much over the years. Neither is Whit.
Must be difficult for a man, I think. Things change all the time.
Yeah, it is. So anyway, I wouldn't bother making any cappuccinos for Whit. He gave up city life years ago to get back to the land.
Anybody else around here drink coffee? I brew a mean mocha latte.
My husband used to drink coffee all the time when he was on the fast track down in the city.
But things change.
Yeah. My husband is dying.
Ruin your eyes staring at that thing.
It's a computer, and it's how I do my business.
Yes, well, if you ask me, computer's a bad business. Give me a face, a handshake. How can you tell an honest man through a computer?
You can't. But the good thing is, they can't tell a dying one.
Now, that's not true.
I spoke to Dr. Ellery today, Dad. The cancer has metastasized. It's spread into the bones. It's over, Dad. We fought and we lost.
Now listen to me, Michael. You said that you could lick this thing, and you can. Now we got you out of the city into good air and good food. All it takes is a little time.
There isn't any more. I'm going to have to go to the hospital soon.
No, you belong here at home with your family, not in some hospital.
Look, I know how you feel about hospitals, Dad.
Then let's not talk about it.
Very interesting.
What? Oh, sorry. Didn't see you.
This shelf of vases.
Yes, they're reduced. Irregulars.
Well, they all look very regular to me.
Well, they're not perfect.
Nothing made by man is.
Well, I've got to come up with a perfect one.
You know, a lot of people think that it's the imperfections that make things beautiful. That's the human part.
Well, I'm not like a lot of people.
Oh, I can see that. You got a lot of nice things here. You mind if I drop in again later?
Anytime. Name's Whit. I'm always around.
Funny. So am I.
No. Mm-mm. Got a little tilt to it, Grace. That won't do. Uh-uh. Oh, well. Rained yesterday. Thought it might frost up overnight, ruin the tomatoes I planted, but we're all right. Slept good. Well, as good as I ever do. I talked to Michael today. He's finishing up a job, big job. One of those computer things. He wants to go to the hospital. Just like you did. But I think what killed you was that hospital. Without fresh air and sunshine, the soul just shrivels up. Oh, God help me, Grace Marie. Our boy is... I'm not going to let him die. A little wider base. I think that maybe that's what it needs, hmm? Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah.
Whit? I'll bet you're Whit.
That's what I'm told.
Well, I'm Jolene. I'm so happy to finally meet you. Your farm is just beautiful. And you're well out front? I bet the water's delicious.
Sweet as rain.
Oh, you know, my grandpa dug a well right next to his cabin. I go up there every chance I can. You know, it's sort of my secret hideaway. Do you know where Steamboat Mountain is?
Oh, sure I do. That's God's country up there.
Isn't it? Oh, I go up there to think and drink that water. Could I have a glass of water, please? Thank you. Yeah, I love being pregnant. I just adore it. I just find that if I don't keep up the water thing, I get dehydrated. I get so tired. After a few of these, you sort of recognize the signs.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I got a sonogram today. It's the boy. They wanted to know.
I'm sorry. Know what?
Well, that you're having a grandson.
Who is?
Well, didn't they tell you? Oh, for heaven's sakes. Congratulations.
I'll tell you, I think Monica's turning Leonard into a pretty good house stuff.
Jolene.
Cat's out of the bag, kids. We're having a boy.
We? Who's pregnant here?
Oh, dear.
Wait, Jolene is pregnant. She's a surrogate mother. And she's carrying our child.
How?
It's called gamete intrafertilization.
It's called a miracle, Dad.
Oh, my God. A surrogate? A surrogate is having your baby?
Penny could conceive, but not carry to term. This was our only way.
We really want this baby, Whit.
Well, if you want a baby, you adopt one.
We would have, if I hadn't gotten sick. They won't approve me now.
So you'll adopt it when you get better.
Dad, how many times do I have to say it? I'm not getting better. And if I'm going to die, I want to leave a part of myself behind. Maybe it's selfishness or ego or some sort of old-fashioned instinct.
Old-fashioned? There is nothing old-fashioned about this. This is a mockery of everything I believe in, everything I taught you to believe in.
This is why we didn't tell you before.
Oh, so it's my fault. You're all out of your minds.
Whit. Mr. Russell, I'm sure it's incredible for you to imagine that I'm carrying somebody else's baby. It was incredible for me, too, the first time.
First time.
My husband and my daughter were killed in a car accident about 10 years ago. We didn't have a whole lot of years together, Mr. Russell. But the years that, well, there's nothing like a happy family, you know, and nothing can replace it. So I figured that if I couldn't have my own family anymore, I could help somebody else know what it's like. The first couple that I carried a baby for was my sister and her husband. They say that actually giving birth is the most beautiful experience on earth. But I have to tell you something, Mr. Russell. I know that my life has never meant more than it did in that moment when I put a child right in my sister's arms. And I saw a family appear before my eyes. It was a miracle. It was. And it was a privilege for me. And I can't tell you how grateful to God I am that I can do it again. I can. I can do it for Michael, and I can do it for Penny, and I can do it for you.
Don't do me any favors, young lady. And you leave God out of this. You break it, you bought it.
I can read.
You can also spot a good piece of pottery.
What will you take for it?
Price is firm, as marked.
Not much firm in this life.
Something told me you were a bargaining type.
No, where I come from, we don't make deals, but personally, I've never been opposed to a fair trade. You take this, and have a nice day.
Dad, we've got to talk.
I'm with a customer.
Look, I spoke to the doctor. He said my best chance for holding on.
Your place is at home, not in some hospital.
He says I need a stress-free environment.
He's a doctor. What do doctors know? Look at what they put your mother through at that hospital. Look at the godforsaken thing they've done with that child.
It's our child, Dad. We're naming him after you.
Please, don't name something like that after me.
That something is going to be a normal little baby boy. It's your grandson. It's the only grandson you're going to get. Now, if you won't accept the birth of my son, Dad, I can't make you. But please, I'm asking you, accept the death of your son. Because I'm going to need you.
Remember Michael's colic? I walked him up and down every foot of that house, night after night. And I kept saying, there must be something we can do. And you said, just time. Time is the only cure. Everything passes, you said. This too shall pass. Our boy isn't gonna make it, Grace. I can't bear the thought of him being in a hospital. He should be at home. It'd be more fitting. It's the way it's supposed to be.
Hello, my name is Tess. I'm going to be your nurse.
My nurse? No, I'm going to the hospital.
You need peace and quiet, and that's my specialty. My name is Tess, and I'm going to reduce your stress courtesy of your pop. Fellas, bring that bed in here. Do it quietly. Okay. Now, where is your dad?
Out back in the pottery shed.
Good, because I got a nice piece of pottery coming to me.
I thought you hated computers.
Go on, click that thing. Will you look at that?
There's your stress point right there.
So if I make it a little thicker here?
Then it shouldn't crack.
Son of a gun.
Now, click right on there and see what happens. No, not there. No, stop.
122 days. To what?
Till the baby comes. Or I go. Whichever comes first.
That Jolene is real nice, don't you think? What do you want on your hamburger? Don't be shy.
Toasted bun, lettuce, tomato, pickle, onion, ketchup.
Hamburger with the works, just the way God intended. So, you're gonna be a grandfather, huh?
But not the way God intended.
Let's go. Sit. Sit. Leonard, could you help me out here? Ah, good girl. Thank you very much, Leonard.
Hey there, Mom to be.
Oh, hey, Jolene, come on in.
Hi, Monica.
Hello.
I've got a little present for Penny.
Ah.
Okay, put your hand right here. A little higher. Monica, feel this. Right there.
Oh, I feel him kicking. Oh, you have a right wee feisty one here.
Oh, yeah, I'll calm him down.
Yeah, famous last words. Oh.
I can't wait to hold him and sing to him. Michael's dad always sang him some 40s song at bedtime. Kiss me once and kiss Kiss me once. Oh, I don't know.
Kiss me once and kiss me twice and kiss me once again. Thank you, Leonard. Yes, I get the point.
Kiss me once and kiss me twice, then kiss me once again. It's been a long, long time. Haven't felt like this, my dear, since can't remember when. It's been a long, long time. You'll never know how many dreams I've dreamed about you, or just how empty they all seemed without you. So kiss me once, and kiss me twice, then kiss me once again. It's been a long, long time.
It was his mother. Michael's mother saying that to him.
Then I'm going to learn it. I'll sing it to her grandson.
Yeah, well, please don't.
You know, Whit, someday it's just going to be you and me raising this child. I want you to be a part of his life.
Oh, no. I'm not going to be a part of any of this.
What?
I'm ashamed. And you should be too. Bringing a child into this world should be the most sacred act we have. And you have taken something precious and shoved it into a test tube. I don't know what this is. This thing you're cooking up. But it's against the laws of man. And it is monstrous. That's what it is. A monster.
Go on. Go. I'd rather live in an alley than raise my baby with you.
That's fine with me.
I'm sorry.
Magenta?
This is going to be one beautiful pot.
There's still no answer at Jolene's.
Where could she be for the last 3 weeks?
Didn't she say her grandpa had a cabin someplace?
Yeah, but I don't know where.
I just hope she gets my apology note. Wherever she is. I apologize for both of us.
Mail's in. Bills, more bills, couple of get well cards.
You can file those.
Here's one. Return to sender.
Oh, no.
Penny?
It's the apology I wrote to Jolene. It's been returned. Moved. Address unknown.
Well, what does that mean?
I think it means we lost our baby. She's not going to let us have him now. Did you say something?
No.
Penny, dinner is really quite good. Wait, it's been a while since you told us one of your funny stories about the old days.
That's right, Whit. We've probably got some good old days in common. Let me hear from you. From anybody.
pass the beans?
Excuse me. Why should I talk to him? He's a stubborn old man. As far as he's concerned, there's only one way, and that's his way. And if we did things his way, we wouldn't be having a baby at all.
Well, you may not be having one anyway, so what do you have to lose?
I'm going to be a mother next week, and a widow. And I can't do anything about either one. So, you're right. I've got nothing left to lose.
You may have something in common with Whit after all.
Not for long.
This is a very unusual time. Everyone's grieving for some things that haven't happened yet.
But it is going to happen. Michael will die, and somewhere out there Jolene will give birth, and unless we can think of something, Michael will never get to see his son.
Never say never, baby. And getting those two together is not why we're here. Michael has no choice but to die. And that baby has no choice to do anything but be born. But Jolene and Whit have choices that will make all the difference. And they still need our help.
Maybe. If we just had more time.
I'm afraid we have less time than we thought. I have some urgent business to take care of, so I'll have to go away for a few days.
You're not coming back, are you? You see, you drive everyone away.
Penny, please. Dad?
I don't have anything to say to her. Or you. But I'm sorry you're leaving.
Now look, all of you, I will be back. But in the meantime, Andrew is going to hold down the fort.
I'm looking forward to getting to know you.
Better hurry.
Oh, I bet that we have more time together than you think. Whew. Look at this. This is a great computer. How much memory you got?
8 ROM.
RAM.
RAM.
So, where are you going?
I don't know.
Well, you said you had urgent business. I thought you were going to go and find Jolene.
That's right, but I can't do it till somebody tells me where to go. Or gives me some directions, or hands me a road map, or drops me some breadcrumbs.
Tess, I don't understand. Why don't we know where Jolene is?
Because we're not supposed to, and because somebody else does. We're not here to make it easier. We're here to make it better. Now, why don't you follow him and get me some breadcrumbs?
Are you ready to fire this pot?
Well, I thought I was, but I can't get this darn thing to hold its heat.
That's too bad. It's a beautiful pot. It deserves to be.
Be what?
Just be.
Yes, well, it's gonna be junk unless I get this thing fixed.
Isn't there something else you can use?
This is the only kiln I've ever used.
I'd hate to see that stand in the way of a beautiful pot. I think it should be ready by now.
Oh, no, Monica. My kiln takes hours to heat up.
Ah, well, mine doesn't.
Well, who knows? Anything in a pinch, hmm?
Sometimes that's just what it takes.
All right, here it goes. Well, I'll be... It's done.
It's good, huh? Wait, I have a question. You fashioned this pot with your own hands, right?
Right.
So you're the maker of this pot?
Yeah, what's your point?
Well, you made this like you made all the others, except that you finished it in this furnace instead of the one inside. So, is it still your pot?
Of course it is.
Born in a different place, but made by the same potter. Wait, do you know where Jolene is? I'm not asking you to change your mind, just to bend your heart a little.
She's in a cabin on Steamboat Mountain.
Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Mama's gonna buy you a mockingbird. And if that mockingbird don't sing, Mama's gonna buy you a diamond ring.
And if that diamond ring turns to brass, Mama's gonna buy you a looking glass.
Tess, what are you doing here?
I came in the back door. Actually, I'm wondering what you're doing here.
I'm singing to my baby.
Well, it's a beautiful song, and it's gonna be a beautiful baby. But is it gonna be your baby?
Somebody has to love him.
That should be the mother and the father, don't you think?
Michael's dying.
You knew that when you agreed to carry this child.
I didn't know there'd be so much anger.
Frightened people often hide behind anger. They needed your understanding. But instead, you came up here to hide.
I'm not hiding. This is where I come to think. This is my grandfather's cabin. He built it with his own 2 hands.
Sounds a lot like Whit.
No. My grandfather loved children. And so do I. I want this baby to be happy. I want this baby to be loved. Don't you understand, Tess? I just want what's best for this child.
And who decides what's best? You or God? Let me give you a hint. God thought it best to send an angel to you right about now to get you thinking about the whole thing. Because that's not their baby, and that's not your baby. It's God's baby. And it's time we asked him what he wants for the child.
Michael, Penny, will you look at this? I still don't understand how you got it to fire up so fast.
Hello.
Why are you always so cheerful?
I guess it's the line of work I'm in.
Who is this fella?
He's an angel,
A what?
and so am I.
You're angels?
Tess is one too. We've been with you all this time. It doesn't usually take this many on a case, but since these were very...
Extraordinary circumstances.
Oh, man. Did I just die?
No, not yet. We still have some business to do first.
Hold on. What kind of angels are you?
the old-fashioned kind.
You're not going to tell me that angels have come to bless this way of carrying a child?
No. We've come to bless the child. Angels don't tell you what you should have done. We're here to tell you that God loves you and that He wants you to deal with what you can right now. Because now is all you can change.
Michael, Penny, before you entered into this agreement with Jolene, did you pray about it?
We thought about it very hard, but...
No, we didn't pray.
Isn't it odd how people pray every day over the tiniest things? The weather, a green light, a baseball game. Things you can't even change. But how come no one remembers to pray when faced with a decision? When you have to make a difficult choice, don't you think God would like to help you make it? If you had prayed a few months ago about how and when to have this baby, I know that God would have given you an answer. I truly don't know what he would have told you then, but I do know what he wants to tell you now.
And I know what that is. Doesn't matter right now what I think or you think, whatever we think. There's only one thing we know. There's a baby waiting to be born here. I was wrong. I do want that baby here. I do want to be a grandfather. If I have to sell my farm, my business, everything I own, I'll do anything in my power to make sure that my grandson grows up in the love of his own family.
That's very nice, Whit, but don't tell me. Tell her.
That's all I needed to hear.
So, Michael gets to hold his son after all, huh?
I don't know. It's gonna be close.
Michael, you should be in bed, resting.
I had to get out. Wanted to see the Milky Way. Maybe spot a shooting star.
There's Orion.
Hey, you have good eyes. The only constellation I can ever make out is the Big Dipper.
Michael, in your life, have you been happy?
Oh, Dad, I don't think about the unhappy things. Right now, all I think about is listening to a baseball game on a summer night. The homecoming dance when Patty Ross kissed me. Shooting stars. Right now, the air was never so fresh. The night never so starry. Yeah, Dad. I've been happy.
I'm glad. You're such a good boy. Do you remember when I taught you how to find the North Star?
Dad?
Yes.
When he's born, my boy, promise me you two will listen to baseball games in the summer. And when Patty Ross's daughter shows up at the door, go ahead and loan him the car.
You have my word.
So where's the North Star?
Well, now, North, don't you know? You start with the Big Dipper.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
I remember Patty Ross. She was a wild one.
Tess? Tess? Tess?
That's right, son. Hang in there. God's not going to let you down.
Jolene's water just broke. She's on her way to the hospital. I don't know what to do.
Go. It's okay. I'll be right here when you guys get back.
And I'll be back with our baby. I love you. Hang in there.
He will. think I know which angel you are. What's it like? You know, there.
It is more beautiful than you could ever imagine.
Maybe that's why it's been so hard to believe in. I'm right here, son. Breathe easy. Nice and easy.
Nice cleansing breath.
Keep breathing, Michael. Just think, this time tomorrow, you'll be holding your son.
You're doing great.
You're doing great. Hold on now.
Now push. Push.
Hold on. Hold on.
I can't. I can't do it.
You can do it. Michael, you can do it.
Here he comes.
You can do it.
You're holding your son, Michael. God is with you, Michael. Yes. Yes. Oh, wonderful. Michael, you're a...
You were right, Whit. God is with him, and he is with God.
They're here.
The morning he was born, he was laying next to me, and I was just staring at him. But he was looking everywhere else but at me. I think he was looking for someone. I think he was looking for his mom. There she is, sweet one. You found your mother. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, look at you. Hello, little man.
Not so little.
That's right. Big fella. He is a Russell, after all.
Yes, he is, Whit.
Thank you for giving me such a beautiful grandson.
I just wish Michael had seen it. Just once.
Maybe you want to look at this.
What's that?
It's a birthmark.
It almost looks like a kiss.
It is. It's a kiss from Michael. If Michael had lived one more day, he would have held his baby in his arms for just one day on this earth. But instead, he died just as the wee one was being born. You see, in heaven, eternity can be found in but a single moment. And in that moment, Michael and his son have already spent an eternity together.
Haven't felt
like
this, my dear, since can't remember when.
It's been a long, long time. You'll never know how many dreams I've dreamed about you, or just how empty they all seem without you. So kiss me once and kiss me twice and kiss me once again. It's been a long, long time.